That's right, we still got a ton of damage. This will be a pretty good orb to throw because it'll hopefully get rid of the first two enemies up front. Alrighty, we're on to Cruciball 5, and let's see what our starting relics are. That's Improved Catalyst is probably going to be the best one for us. So the reason I'm going to Cruciball 5 from Cruciball 3 is I feel like this is the next big checkpoint. What happens in Cruciball 5 is we are reduced by one refresh peg. So now we only have one refresh and one crit on the board, which means those are going to be our kind of like have to go for items as much as possible. So that's one of the things that I want to kind of ingrain in everybody, and if you guys are playing Cruciball along with me, is that those are the kind of orbs we have to go for. We really have to go for them. Now there are some really good orbs here actually. The Morbid Orb's really strong. It can deal a lot of damage. I'm really tempted to grab it, but since I don't have anything at the moment, I'm kind of on the fence. And that being said, I think what's going to be best is going to be going to the two chests along with the question marks, because we might be able to get rid of some orbs. And then from there, we can kind of just figure our way forward. So for now, we're not going to grab anything. We're just going to continue on. Hopefully we can go to the right. If we can't, then we will go for at least this shop there. So for now, that's a pretty easy peg to hit. So we're just going to kind of, well, I was going to say kind of dance around it. Dancing around it didn't exactly work the way I wanted it to. These bombs are going to be really, really valuable, really good for us. So as much as possible, we're going to try to save them a little bit. And we're trying to get as many coins as we can still. So if possible, we're not going to finish him off just right off the gate, and we already got him, so that's an interesting thing. Collected contributes an additional 1 times damage. You can target any enemy. So we would like something that does piercing or AoE attacks, so a Sphere Orb would be really good. I think that's definitely a pickup here. We're not really hurt. We only have 37 coins, so it doesn't really matter where we end up going. We can still get rid of an orb, which is still very beneficial. So might as well go here and get rid of an orb. We get rid of a stone orb because we don't really need stone orbs. Also, I know I haven't said this today, but I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. If you guys are not, hopefully it turns around for you. Every day is a new day, and I hope today is a fantastic one for all of you. Also, while we play a little bit, I'm gonna go and see if I can tell you guys a little bit about my day. So far, my day's actually been really good. Nothing too crazy has been going on or happening. So, you know, overall, pretty good day. I'm gonna go for the bombs here because the bombs are gonna give me the most AoE damage. And once I finally dig through them like I have, all the enemies are finally on the board. So now I can hopefully, with some ease, grab all the bombs and, oops, if I'm lucky, which I don't know if I will be. If I'm lucky, I can detonate the last bomb there and get all the enemies. Now healing is going to be really important, so Restored isn't actually a bad choice. It's pretty solid. Any little bit of healing will go a long way. I do have the money for it, so I'm going to go and pick it up now. And if I can, I'm going to try to get some extra coins on my way down. I'm trying to avoid going in the fiery pits right now because they're going to be significantly more challenging now that we have some big problems. So this refresh peg is in my hittable range is what I'll say. So I don't mind doing this because now I can just go straight in and take it, refresh the board if I need to. I know I didn't really do any damage there, but that's okay. And we have a bomb ready to hit. We are definitely gonna hit that bomb because that will get rid of the AoE guy the range guy that's hitting us, and we'll just try to do as much as we can. Now we have another bomb ready to be snagged, so we're gonna go ahead and try to detonate it. If at all possible, this will give us a clear on the board. Beautiful. Now a concentration orb wouldn't be bad at all because what a concentration orb will do for us is first of all give us damage, but also allow us to hit those crits and refreshes pretty easily, which definitely doesn't sound bad. I'm gonna go and snag it just in case, and if I can, I actually want to upgrade one of these orbs. Now whatever's gonna give us the most damage. 4 and 7 sounds pretty good. 3 and 5 sounds decent, but 4 and 7 definitely sounds better. It's really important to get big damage for bosses. So bosses and elites, which are things that we want to be fighting. Post battle healing is increased by 1% for each orb in your deck. That's cool, but I think the special button is better. So let's see if we can take on this first elite here. I was gonna say, I don't know if we'll be strong enough. So in a situation like this, we want to go for the crits. So let's go ahead and go for the crits here. Beautiful. And we got a bomb to boot. Now we're gonna go ahead and go for that refresh there. Not bad at all. If I can, I'm gonna go for that crit. I was hoping it would kind of slink along, but it still worked out regardless. So that is beautiful. Nice little bit of damage. Any little bit helps. We're gonna go and skip this orb because no real reason to hold on to it. There we go. This should work out nicely as long as I don't bounce too far. There we go. Either way, it kind of worked out. Unfortunately, we didn't get him sooner. If we got him sooner, it would have been definitely a lot better. Let's see if we can get right in here, get that crit if we're lucky. If we're not, that's also fine. There's a crit force right there, and that should be some decent damage. Perfect. That's really good. So far, things are going swimmingly for us. Not exactly the most amazing, but about as good as we can get. We're going to go and upgrade our healing orb because we want to be able to heal as much as we need to. Dungeon die is really good, but also really scary because it means we could get orbs to deal no damage. So that's very perplexing is maybe the right word. Light Shaft Potion sounds like a really safe bet because we can go after refreshes to get crits. If we get more refreshes, we get more crits, and crits are definitely what we want to go for. So we're gonna go after that. If I can, I'm gonna try to get a couple extra coins on my way down. Beautiful, couple like 3 coins or so. And then we're gonna go left here, so we can go after another elite fight. Reduce self damage from orbs by 50%. So right now we don't have any orbs that actually are affected by this. So a short fuse is definitely worth taking. We do want to go left here because if you notice, if we go right, it's going to be not guaranteed that we get this. Whereas if we go left, we guarantee almost that we can get one of the 2 elites. So left it is. And let's see if we can do this. Launch it. Oh, not exactly the launch I was hoping for. It's fine. We can go skip that little guy. We can go right in there. Do a little bit of damage there. Skip this. If I'm lucky, I can hopefully hit a couple of these guys. So we're just gonna try to bounce it a little bit more evenly. Yeah, okay, well, it's about what I expected. There you go. We got both the bombs. What's nice is this guy is now in our face, so possibilities are endless. This is pretty decent. There you go. We got him. And we are healed up a decent amount. It's not the most amazing, but a decent amount. We're going to go and upgrade this to its max level because it's going to start giving us HP as we go. So that'll be really nice. We go left here. And let's hope that it all pans out. Okay, this is an interesting fight. We're already low on HP, like low, quote unquote, right? So we're going to go and just grab a little bit there. Now all the enemies have spawned in on the board, so we can go after these bombs now. With little to no avail. There we go. Perfect. Now this guy here, we're gonna go after that refresh because that refresh will help us out. And if we're lucky, we're trying to get extra things as we go too. So we're not trying to just go for a refresh or just go for one thing or another. We're trying to go for a little bit of everything. See, that was just a bad throw. That was just a bad throw. Maybe I should have thought about that a little bit better. 52, not bad. Let's see if we can launch it up in there. That was good damage, and we got away unscathed. Let's go and upgrade the concentration to its max level, because that's pretty good damage. Now, something else that'll be really good for the concentration orb is if we are to, let's say, get the kinetic meteorite and the alchemist cookbook. That'll be really good because it can hit bombs and bounce away from them and possibly stay in play a lot longer. Prime Rod of Frost is probably the most ideal here. This does give us damage, but it's marginal. Crystalmus Fleece is really good. It will give us a lot of damage, but we don't have very many crits, so us hitting multiple crits is less likely. And this will help us with clearing. So it's kind of this weird dichotomy. If we had weaker orbs, if we didn't have, let's say, like these 2 orbs, this one in particular, it does a lot of damage even if it doesn't hit a crit. So if we didn't have this orb here, then it would probably want to go for the Crystalmus Fleece because we just need that kind of damage, right? We just need something to increase our damage. But because we do, Run of Frost doesn't look too bad, especially because it helps our stones. It helps everything deal damage more unanimously across the board. Now, this is a little bit dangerous, but I'm going to go for it anyways. Okay, I was hoping I could get more coins out of that. Didn't quite happen, so that's okay. Bombs here will not be that big of a deal. And that is an example of a really, really strong throw. Unfortunately, we didn't get the refresh, so that becomes a little bit of a problem. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal because we had a crit there, and I thought we were going to get a refresh, to be honest. Let's see. We can still go for this, actually, because we'll still do some pretty decent damage there. Now we can go for the refresh. And another... Well, actually, no, we can go here. Okay, well, that works. And we got him. Almost full HP again. We have enough to start upgrading our orbs. We're going to go and upgrade the Dag Orb because, again, damage is kind of where things are important. And we'll upgrade the Sphere Orb. So now we're good. If we can, let's go and grab a couple extra coins on our way down. Okay, we took more damage than we would have liked to. So we're going to go ahead and just run away now. This is really good. We have a lot of opportunity to use the Sphere Orb to hopefully deal a lot of damage here. Well, the bombs dealt a lot of damage. The Sphere Orb didn't really do a whole heck of a lot. This can probably clean it out. Beautiful. Just as I hoped. We're going to go upgrade that guy to its max, and we're going to try to get as many coins as we can on our way down. Ideally, we don't want to take too much damage, so if I fall in there again, I will stop going for coins, but I didn't, so we're fine. Alrighty, we can go ahead and skip that first one because not much to be done there. Bombs are really useful if we can get them. So we'll kind of go for that. Also, if you guys haven't had something to drink today, some water, something to stay hydrated, highly recommend it. There's an extra little bomb action. We're going to go after that refresh there. There you go. Really good. That was an extra solid damage. Let's see if we can launch it right up there. I was hoping to get that crit. I did somehow. Not exactly what I was expecting to do, but hey, it works. And that's another good bit of damage. He's not doing too good. This boss ain't doing too good. He's close to it, close to the edge. There you go. He's gone, and we will get that full heal because it is not the more difficult modes. Now we are offered a really good orb here, the Nosferatu. So I'm gonna go and pick up the Nosferatu because healing is super important, and if we need it, I want to have it. And now we have our choice of relics. So we do already have we do have crits on the board. Now the problem is we kind of got the wrong thing here. So if we'd gotten the heavy shaft potion, which makes crits refresh the board, then we could have grabbed the consuming chalice because we would still have refreshes on the board in the form of crits. But because we didn't, something that we need to think about is how we're going to refresh the board. That's really good damage, but doesn't really do that much for us. Want to Ultimate Greed? Honestly, there's no point to take it ever unless you have the Peglin pendant, in which case it will double your damage. Pretty much. It'll pretty much double your damage. Glorious Suffering, really good, but it decreases our damage, so we're not too keen on that. And we do have an orb that can go through all the pegs, which means that the gift that keeps on giving gives triple damage, more or less, to basically everything minus that singular orb. So we're going to go and take that guy and continue on our way. Let's see what stage 2 holds for us. That looked pretty nice. For now, let's just not worry about it. We're going to go after this little thing here and see if maybe we can deal a bunch of damage. I would say we might get a refresh as well, and we did. Perfect. This guy can easily take out probably the last guy or so. There you go. Okay, so the question becomes, where do we want to go? And I think the answer is probably to the right. There's a lot of fights, and in addition to that, we don't have to go the shorter route to get this. It's a guaranteed shop and a guaranteed item. So to the right, if we can, sounds the juicier way. There's never really a guarantee. Sometimes we'll just bounce out and go random directions. So anything can happen. Okay, a decoy orb is really good because it helps us. However, this also gives us a lot of money. So kind of a weird dichotomy there again. Right now, we're not feeling too in danger. So I'm feeling navigation inflation is better, but it's kind of a little bit situational. For now, like I said, we're not really in danger, so I'm not too worried about it. That was definitely a mistake. I just timed it wrong, man. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully I got a crit, and I did. So this will take out that first guy and be really good. There we go. Sucks that there's that guy there. That's okay though. Let's go and skip that. We're gonna go and hit that crit and be on our way to big damage. At least his shield will take some of that damage now. Perfect. We can hit that little guy. And that was still pretty good. I should have gone after the guy in the back, because the guy in the back is the one that's going to deal us damage. However, now we can actually just go for this refresh, heal most of it up, take a little bit of damage again, and then hopefully be able to just take him out from this point on. There's always a little bit of give and take here and there. As much as possible, we do want to use that restore, because it's going to increase our max HP by 2. So ideally, we're going to be able to use that whenever possible. Now, we don't want to really upgrade any of these orbs. We can upgrade the sphere orb because we do have a little ways before the shop, so it's not really that big of a deal. We're not going to worry about coins there because there's a navigation stage. Like, it depends on where we go, depending on what we get. And now, let's see what this does. If you're at full health, post-battle healing instead allows you to increase your max HP by 4. That's pretty cool, but I'll be honest, I feel as though specifically for Cruciball, that's not that valuable, because you don't necessarily want to be increasing your max HP for the cost of coins. So for me, I don't feel as though that's exactly what I want to be going for. Battles start with 5 extra coins. I like money, it's really good. However, Ask Me Anything kind of sounds just as good. So we're going to try to go for one of the right 2 items. That totally works. Molten Gold is perfectly fine. And this is actually a pretty decent stage as well. Let's try to go to the right here. It doesn't have to be super far right. We just kind of wanted it rightish in hopes that we could get a crit, which did not happen. That's okay though. We'll get a crit there. A little bit of extra damage. And any bombs that we can get will definitely be super beneficial. And as you can see, that actually helped us because we ended up still doing damage to those guys. Doesn't really matter where we hit too much, because we're going to take damage almost regardless of what we do. I was hoping to get a crit there. Kind of went topsy-turvy for us a little bit. That's fine. Let's go kind of deep here. It's kind of working. Didn't work as well as I wanted it to, but kind of works. Okay. I think what we can do is we can totally sneak it in there, get a crit, and beautiful. So all set in stone. We're still at 100 health, which means we're above the normal, above the average. We're going to keep our coins for the time being. We're going to try to get some extra coins here because now's a really good spot to get some extra coins, even if we take a little bit of damage. And just like that, we're up coins by quite a bit. We can actually get 3 items here. Let's go to remove an orb. We want to keep removing stones as much as possible. Just because if you notice now, it's 45 to remove a stone. Whereas before it wasn't 45, it was 30. It goes up by quite a bit every time you want to remove a stone or remove an orb. So it kind of becomes not exactly the best. So let's go and grab the 3 most beneficial. Definitely Super Boots is going to be the start because it's really good. Basalt Totem, again, not exactly the most keen thing. This will be nice because it does contribute to our damage. Damage is one of the biggest things you want to look for, and wall bounces contribute to damage as well. Also really good. So we're going to grab those and keep moving. Right now, the best route is probably going to be the right path, but we want to get that middle fight just so that we can either have a chance to get max HP or have a chance to heal and also have a chance to get more coins, because just because we're done with coins for right now doesn't mean we're going to be done with coins forever. So this first guy is toast, and one thing you want to focus on is dealing damage to the enemies that can hit you from the start. So as much as possible, I'm going to be going after those guys in the back whenever I get the opportunity. This front guy's dead. Perfect. We can go and skip this because there's no need to grab it. I wouldn't mind grabbing that refresh, but I think we'll just wait off on it a little bit. There you go. Is he dead? Not dead, but he's close to it. We can definitely take him down with this. So we're just going to go after one of these bombs here. Let's wait for it to refresh. I definitely made a mistake. My timing for these seem to always be off, but it's okay though. We still did a lot of damage. And what's nice is we can actually heal up here. And actually, let me go after that crit. The crit's going to be important. Actually, maybe I should go after that refresh. Yeah, I can definitely go after that refresh. There we go. That overhealed us by quite a bit, so we're definitely in a good spot there. We could heal up again, but really no need to. So now we can just wait and, well, almost anything takes this guy down, so not the end of the world. If we can, I wouldn't mind upgrading, but it doesn't seem to be in the cards for us right now. Let's go and launch it down to the right. We do have a chance to heal here, which we did. We almost are full HP now. Didn't even have to use any healing. Didn't have to spend any money on it. So now the question becomes, do we want to do this? Round guard. Round guard is really, really, really good. It's really good for not only Cruciball 1, but Cruciball 15. It's probably one of the best items. Sand arrows are really awesome as well, but for different reasons, and they also don't exactly work as well because enemies often have a chance to still hit you. So we're gonna go to the right here, get our fight. This is a scarier fight, is what I'll tell you. Let's start aiming for the healer right out the gate here. Obviously, at this point, we might want to start upgrading our stones to actually deal more damage. But equally, I do like to go after those guys in the back whenever possible first. So this guy's toast. Nice. Good damage on that. We're going to go and just skip that really fast. If I can. Yes, we got a refresh, which means we got a crit. That's 200 damage. Those guys are toast. Nice. We're going to go after the guy in the back. Obviously, we can't hit him just yet. We will skip that stone because there's really no reason to use it. And now lots of damage hopefully coming in. And it did kill the guy in the back as well, so it worked out beautifully. We also got that crit, which is really nice, and he's gone. Just like that, everything was taken care of. Not too much to worry about. We will upgrade the Nosferatu to its max. So if we have to use it for healing, it will be the best it can be. Whenever you defeat a non-minion enemy, gain 1 max health. Bouncers contribute to damage and apply blind when bombs go off. So this is where things get really interesting. I feel as though the blind from bombs is so small. It's not actually that beneficial unless you're doing a bomb build. So this one is pretty much a no-go. Damage is pretty much always a yes. Damage is always good. Always good, guys. That being said, grinding Monstera can be really good because, well, I mean, health. I haven't really had to use this too much. They came out with it after I've beaten all the Cruciballs a couple times. So I'm not sure how good it is. However, I feel as though it could be. So I'm going to go ahead and snag it for now and just know that that's kind of a questionable one for us. Again, we're still going after coins if you notice. We still want more coins because it means more upgrades, more levels, more things to increase our, well, anything and everything. Go after that crit, of course. Good damage, just not exactly what I'm looking for. That's good though. Nice amount of bombs and toast. We don't need to hit that at all because, well, just really no reason to. If we're lucky, we got a bomb, so he's toast as well. Beautiful. We have enough to upgrade, so we will go ahead and start upgrading. The more we upgrade, the better off we'll be. Let's just get them both to level 2, and that's it. And now we have more coins to grab. We won't take damage from that anymore, so we don't have to worry about it. And just like that, a little bit of extra coinage. A little bit extra coinage, a little bit extra levels. Let's go and go after the guy in the back because the guy in the back is the most likely one to cause us trouble. Beautiful. Toast, Areno, Cappuccino. This guy could take everything out in this go right here. It's possible, not exactly the most likely, but very possible. If he somehow does 700 damage, which he does, he's going to do 1400. He's going to take them all down in one toss here. But bam. And that's why the Sphere Orb is really good. Also, the Poltergeist is really good too, but different reasons, different times, different locations. So for now, not too much to worry about. We're trying to get a little bit of coinage again. which we happen to get lucky with. That's why the navigation inflation is pretty good. Alrighty, not exactly what I was hoping for in terms of the first orb. That's okay though. We can still go after it, still trying to get it. Decent amount of damage, not too bad. I could go deep right here. I think I'm gonna go skip it and go deep right because I saw that crit and I was tempted. It's alright, we still got a ton of damage. We can skip the sword because, well, just don't really need it. And we did get some health back. We can totally use the Nosferatu, but I'll be honest, I don't think we need to. I think the Nosferatu is gonna be something used for a different time. That was a lot of damage. Okay, I mean, now might be the time. Yeah, we can totally use the Nosferatu for the first toss here. There we go. Not too bad. Let's go and skip that because this orb will do more damage anyways. Little bit unfortunate how that turned out. I was hoping to get that refresh on its passing notion, but it did not happen. As you noticed, that actually wasted a ton of our damage, a ton of our potential. So really unfortunate. That was good, except it still applied the confusion to us. We negated the damage because of our round guard, but it still applied the confusion, which is really unfortunate. We'll go right here. Oops, okay, never mind. We still got a crit. And that's that boss. Elite done. So it's a good thing that we've been slowly upgrading our orbs. If we can, we'll still get rid of them. So now, what do we have? We have damage, we have piercing, we have healing. We have basically a little bit of everything. Sealed Conviction isn't too bad, but because we have Nosferatu, Sealed Conviction is a big no-go. Obviously, as I've told you guys before, Constriction Chains is basically never get it unless your build is just completely OP and you have to aim at nothing to always win. Cursed Mask is good because you can actually aim anywhere, but you have to aim a little bit more cautiously. Maybe the best word. So I think the best one is going to be the Glorious Suffering, especially because right now we have what's it called? We have the Gift that Keeps on Giving, so we have a chance to upgrade our pegs by quite a bit. So not too bad, not too bad. Quite a bit and still deal damage, right? There's a little bit of mix there. Also, our orbs are pretty strong, so we do have a pretty good. We do stand a reasonable chance to deal some decent damage here. And yeah, we did take some self damage there. It's not the end of the world. Let's see if we can get a crit. We did get a crit, and we did take him down. Not exactly how I thought of it, but hey, it works. So here again, we're just going for health. We're going for coins, going for whatever we can get, and that's a lot of extra coins. So we can get all 4 relics here, plus maybe even get rid of one. Let's go and start off with the Eye of Turtle. Eye of Turtle is always really good, but sometimes you want to wait on it a little bit. Enhanced Gunpowder with the short fuse is amazing. It means a free relic every single stage. Basalt Totem, we've already talked about it. And Gardener's Glove is actually really good now that we have the Nosferatu. Because Nosferatu, it will do half damage to us, which is really good. So now the question becomes, where do we want to go? I think we want to go to the right because even if we miss this shop here, we can still have a chance to get this and this relic and the boss fight, elite fight, and then we can go far left from there and get these 2 elite fights along the way. I think we're strong enough. I'm not really that concerned. So we're going to go ahead and just try it out and hope for the best. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Upgrade all stones, embrace the energy. You find a globe of radius standing directly in your path. If you listen carefully, you can hear it humming with an earthly energy, and you sense that you can make use of this power. Insert an orb into the globe, remove an orb. Well, if you look at our orbs, all of our orbs are fully upgraded, so upgrading all stones, I don't think that works for us. Unless there's a secret 4th level, so I will just go ahead and remove a stone. Let's go ahead and remove it. That's really cool. I don't feel as though there's a way to actually go the direction I want to go. I'll try to just launch it left and see if I can actually go left, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Yeah, I don't think they thought about that stage too well, because I don't think there's any way for me to actually go left in that stage. Now, I do want to use this orb whenever I can, so I'm just going to go and launch it. I know it's not exactly the best time to launch it, but I'm launching it anyways and hope for the best. Fingers crossed I can still get a crit here. If I can, it'll be a little bit more precarious. That's unfortunate. Well, something I can do is I can guarantee that I get some big bombs, so we can at least not be murderized by that. Go off to the right here, because right is already stacked with damage. Nosferatu is not a bad choice here. It is a little bit precarious because of damage purposes, but hey, we healed up all the way, so we're in the money. Hopefully we get the this orb here. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's just not talk about it, okay, guys? Sometimes we all make mistakes. What I meant to do is I meant to toss it and hit that other thing, but I kind of just accidentally pressed spacebar, and if you press spacebar, that's what happens. Spoiler alert. Sometimes it doesn't do what you want it to do. I can totally hit that crit, right? Yeah, I can totally hit that crit. There you go. Good damage, not exactly the most. Let's slow it down. I meant to slow it down, and I pressed spacebar instead. I almost did it again. There we go. Okay, well, we might want to spend some coins here to actually heal up, just in case, because we did get quite hurt. So this is where things get really interesting. We have the Heavy Shaft Potion, which can refresh the board on crit use, which is really, really nice. But we also have Popping Corn. Anything that gives us health is almost always the desirable thing. So those are two really good ones. I'd say the worst one is Safety Net, but that is also a kind of well, safety net, right? You guarantee yourself hitting at least 5 pegs worth of stuff, which for something like the Nosferatu is typically pretty good, but because we have the Glorious Suffering, it's actually not that good. So that being said, I think what I want is I want to be able to have as much damage as possible. So I think Heavy Shaft Potion is where I'm gonna put my faith in. Now, if I can, I want to go left here. I also want to hit as many pegs as possible along the way. That's 25 extra health. So now we're pretty much topped off once again, which is really good. All attacks get +1. Again, as I've said before, damage is super big, and we can get a free relic here. So if you just line it up as I did right here, you can just boop, do that, and easy peasy get damage. Again, damage is really good. So off to the elite we go. Let's see if we can handle him or not. We don't need to do that, so we can actually go here and hopefully get a crit or not get a crit. Cry a little bit about not getting that crit. That's okay. Not too much to worry about. What's nice is we do have an orb here that can easily, hopefully. Oh, so confusing. Okay, it's fine. Going to get that. He got stuck. This is one of those instances where it would have been really, really good to have the sand arrows, because this guy would be locked in to not deal damage. So this might end up being a loss because of this fight in specific. This fight's always the scariest fight that there is. There's the crit, really, really good, 300 damage. Let's see if we can lob it in there, maybe do some work there. I think we skipped that orb. That was some damage. 300, okay. We can definitely deal some, get some healing here. There you go. That was like a full heal, it looked like, or close to it. Okay, we got him. Wasn't too bad. That's always a scary fight though. This doesn't really matter what you have. It's pretty much always a scary fight. Did 2 times damage when your health is low. There's smoke mod. What is our final boss? Okay, our final boss is this guy. So if you don't know, this guy's split up into 4. If we have smoke mod, he has 4 squares that I think have 5 bombs in them. And if each one does 1 blind, we'll have a total of 20% blind on those enemies, which isn't really necessarily that amazing. However, Recombobulator can help us deal a lot of extra damage. This prevents one time we would lose health, so it's not really that good. So Recombobulator I think is the best option. Again, damage is really nice, but it also kind of depends on the situation. Now I would have liked to get more health there, so I'm a little bit sad we couldn't, but it's not the end of the world. There you go, not too bad, not too amazing either. This will be really good though. This should help us out quite a bit. There we go, beautiful. 1200 damage, they're both dead. Bing bong, and they're gone. Okay, let's just keep on going. If we can, we're gonna go left here. Left might seem a little bit daunting. There we go. A little bit more strenuous to get to. Because we didn't kind of clear it out too well. So if you have Philosopher's Stone, really good for currency early on. And if you have a Pegliner's Pendant, really good in conjunction with that. For what we currently have, it's pretty much worthless. It doesn't really do that much for us. So we're going to go for the Inconspicuous Ring, where bouncers contribute to damage. Bouncers are these little things in the middle. I'll show you here. So this here is considered a bouncer. These little spheres on a cylinder, they're considered a bouncer. So not too bad, not too great either. I was hoping we would go off to the right, didn't quite happen. That's okay though. This is a pretty good option. I was hoping I would get a crit there. Hopefully we still get a crit. Somehow we did not. That's okay though. We still did quite a bit of damage. We'll do that little number and dance, and 600 or so damage. Not too bad. There's the crit we were looking for before, and even more damage. So that's really good. If we had a Cruciball Fleece, we would have done a little bit more damage there. Actually, we would have done 11 times more damage there, right? More or less, double our damage maybe. Regardless, we're still good on health, so not something to worry about. Criticris actually could be really good here. Sash of Focus, honestly, I just don't think it's ever worth taking. So I don't ever really have a point in time where I'm going to be like, oh yeah, you should take the Sash of Focus. Salt Shaker, gain max HP. That's cool, but I'm good. Every shot is a crit when fired at below 30% health. I'm good. I think I'm going to go for the Criticris because damage is always something we want. We always want damage. We're always going after damage, and that's a full heal. So now we're completely topped off. We're just going to go dash into flames. We don't need those orbs. That have been 2 fire orbs, which again, like I said, we don't really need. So as much as possible, we're just going to try to avoid that. There we go. That's pretty much exactly what I was hoping would happen with that orb. As much as possible, we're trying to detonate as many pegs as we can, so we can increase our damage. So whenever you get bombs and stuff like that, really good. I'm gonna wait off on throwing down because I think it'll be nice to wait off on throwing it just a little bit. And if I can, I think we have the best chance of hitting that refresh. Didn't happen. I was hoping it would. It didn't. We can definitely toss this orb. We're gonna get some health in, and we can toss this orb again. Let's see if we can maybe aim it a little bit better this time. Nope. No dice on that one. Not a bad time to toss this orb now, because now a little bit more healing. Alrighty, we're gonna go skip that. I think we can hit that refresh. Or not. Or not. It's one of those weird ones. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, we still got tons of health. Let's see if we can go like, yeah. It only gets halfway up and then he gets lost. Which is actually really weird if you think about it. But regardless, we're gonna go and heal here because that will be really good. Pegliner's Pendant is the exact thing I've been telling you guys about. If you have this with a bunch of other things, really good. Molten Gold helps with it. Well, we don't have anything else that really is that beneficial with it. I think the best one here is actually going to be the smoke mod, because if we hit 1 bomb, we're going to detonate all the bombs. And we also have a Recombobulator, which now will actually help us keep the final boss blinded. So we're going to get some coins and some health there. Let's see how close we are to full. We're decent off. I don't need to toss this right now, so I'm just going to wait off on it. This will be pretty good. I didn't see how many enemies there were, but this will be a pretty good orb to throw because it'll hopefully get rid of the first 2 enemies up front. After that, we can hopefully toss this orb here, get a crit, and maybe get rid of the next 3 enemies or so. If we're lucky, that happens. If not, well, it doesn't. And life moves on. There you go. That looked like it was good. So hopefully it was. I think there's still an enemy in front of us. I'm gonna go skip this and try to get that refresh there. I don't feel like I need to deal too much damage. This one might end the board for us. I was hoping to heal up all the way before I went, but that's fine. Duplication potion is amazing. Even if you don't have anything that's that amazing, it's still amazing. We have the heavy shaft potion, which makes it even better. Hero's backpack would be great if we had only stones or something, but not that great as we are. Lucky penny is great. It would have been probably just as good as duplication potion if we had that. And shoot scales is nice, but it only goes so far. So I'm gonna go for the duplication potion and go right on down here. Duplication potion really has like unlimited potential. Okay, this is a very interesting stage. Oh, I was kind of hoping I'll hit something along the way. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just launch this orb. Not that we really need to, but I want to make sure I launch it in comparison to like last time where I didn't launch it and then kind of got stuck. So as much as possible, I want to make sure that it's going places. And if you notice, there will be more and more crits on the board as we go. So more and more chances to refresh the board every time. So in case we don't refresh the board at some point in time, well, we have more options to do so. That was really good. We kind of flushed it out really well. Not too bad. Not too bad, not too great either. This should be a full heal, and we'll also deal a lot of damage to just anything else on the board. Yeah, a little bit of extra damage there. Never hurts. There's a crit. Perfect. Crit did a little bit of extra damage to the enemies. And, oh. So, yeah, there is one enemy in here that has, I don't know, I would say like around 3,000 health. I don't know how much exactly health he has, but something along those lines. We have enough money to go and spend on increasing our max HP, and the Cruciball Fleece actually sounds really good now. So that's big damage. Might as well take it. Might as well take it. Okay, and so really quickly, I'm going to slow this down. If you notice, there's 5 bombs in every tile, so that's how much damage we can deal basically each time around. Let's go ahead and try to get 5 bombs worth of stuff here. So fingers crossed we can do that. If we can't, not the end of the world, but not exactly what I want to be seeing. There you go. Come on, right here. There you go. So now they're all gonna get 5 blind. Beautiful. You always want to be attacking the bottom closest tile, because that is the tile that is most likely to give you the things you want. Hence, you know, just a lot of it's most likely to give you the most damage. That's what I'm trying to say. There you go. I'm gonna go after this tile. Well, no, I'll go after this tile because it has a lot of crits and stuff. We're just gonna hope that it can hit all the tiles. Let's go. This is amazing damage, 1700 damage. Plus, they all have 25 blind on them now, which means they stand a pretty good chance to not actually hit us. We're gonna wait for this tile to swing around so we can hopefully get those crits in. If not, I mean, hopefully we just ride it out as much as possible. A little bit of damage, not too bad. This is a good opportunity to heal up. We can definitely heal up fully. There's nothing that's gonna stop us here from basically getting full HP. There we go. And that was a nice refresh because now we can try this again and hope that we hit as many as possible. Now they have at least 35. Getting closer and closer to being blinded. 2 enemies left. This guy's really low, so I don't mind going after him with this orb because this orb is very likely to just take him down. And now our strong orb, which is going to be our dag orb, will hopefully, if we're lucky, get a crit. If we're not lucky, it does not get a crit like that and does no damage. That was just a bad throw on my part. Mistakes were had, mistakes were made. But this orb is now going to take him down, and that is Cruciball 5 taken care of. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody, and adios.